Hello, welcome to Reviews You Can Use. Today, I will be reviewing the football classic, Remember the Titans. But before we begin, as usual, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and hit that notify so you don't miss any of my videos. I will also be doing a shout out in the video, so make sure you don't miss it. I will also go into the real life people of who the characters are based on and what they are doing today. Now, on to the review. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Remember the Titans is based on a real story and real people. The story is set in 1971 with the T.C. Williams High School in Alexandria, Virginia, where the high school football team, the Titans, is about to start their season. But before it begins, the school hires a new head coach, a black man named Herman Boone, played by Denzel Washington. He was originally assigned to coach the black high school football team, but he was put as the head coach position instead. During that time, high schools were starting to put white and black people in public schools after the civil rights movement. So the team has to learn how to get along with each other and come together as one to get to the championship. Along the way, they come across obstacles such as racism, working together, an accident that caused one of the players in a wheelchair, and having the original head coach Bill Yost to get along with Herman Boone.
My selection as head coach of that football team some 40 odd years ago was a setup for me, one, to lose so that that team could be turned over to Coach Yost. No one in that city wanted me as head coach of that team, but being the only black coach in that city and Coach Yost being in football and white, you certainly could not name 21 white head coaches in that city of 21 sports. So they named me as a tokenism to the community, thinking that, there's no way in the world that I could organize 8 to 10 coaches, more than that, with the assistant coaches at the junior high school. I could not possibly run that system.
Like I said earlier, the football team and the coaches, including their families, are based on real people, who most are alive today. I will now be going over who the coaches and players are, who they are played by, and what they are doing today. Note, some of this is from the Remember the Titans credits, but most of it is updated on the 1971 Original Titans website, and many have died at the time of this recording. All right. Herman Boone. He was the coach of the Titans, of course, for the 1971 football season, and then he coached the team for 5 more years until he retired, but he got fired from his position after allegations from players about abuse in 1979. He then spent the rest of his life in private, but always sat down in interviews to talk about his days as the coach of the 1971 Titans football team. He died December 18, 2019, at the age of 84. In the film, he is played by Denzel Washington. Bill Yost assisted Herman Boone for 4 more years. He then retired in 1990, and he remained friends with Herman Boone all his life. He recalled about the event in an interview, saying that he and Boone were still different, but himself, Boone, and the rest of the players that were still alive met once a month.
And till this day, we meet once a month with that same group. We got a foundation. They have given 9 scholarships, full scholarships, from money that they've raised by going out and talking to the schools or the communities. And Coach Boone and I've traveled all.
Bill Yost died on May 23, 2019 at the age of 94. In the movie, he's played by Will Patton. Gary Bertier. He was the quarterback for the Titans team. However, on December 11, 1971, he was in a car accident, leaving him paralyzed. In the movie, he got in the accident before the game. But in real life, this happened after the championship. He then competed in the Paralympics. His sister Becky said during Gary's childhood, he had mentioned being in the Olympics. His long-term goal was to receive a gold medal. Gary participated in wheelchair track and field and basketball league. He became a leader and an inspiration to the handicapped in his home state. However, on March 20th, 1981, Gary Bertier was in another car accident that involved a drunk driver. However, this time it was fatal, killing him. Bertier was only 27 years old. At the gym at T.C. Williams, it was renamed after him. In the film, he's played by Ryan Hurst. Julius Campbell. He was best friends with Gary Bertier and was named to the 1971 All-American team. He then started working for the town with Bertier and remained friends with him till Bertier's untimely death. Julius would pass away on January 25th, 2009 from organ failure at just 65 years old. In the film, he's played by Wood Harris. Ronnie Bass, or Sunshine, went on to become the starring quarterback at the University of South Carolina. In 1974, in his sophomore year, Bass ran the ball 39 times for 211 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 31-23 upset victory. His son is now a quarterback as well. Sunshine now works for ABC. He is played by Kip Prude in the movie, if I pronounced that right. Here is the real Sunshine statistics list of his college football career. Again, this guy was really good. But sadly, he had a knee injury and he can't play anymore. P.D. Jones. He went on to work for the Alexandria, Virginia school system and continued his job till his death on July 1st, 2019 at 65 years old. In the film, he's played by Donald Faison. Jerry Harris, or The Rev. He retired from the Titans after the undefeated 71 season. He then went to Federal City College and worked for the Air Force for 2 years. Today, he lives in Alexandria, Virginia, and works for U.S. Airways Airlines. In the film, Rev is played by Craig Kirkwood. Louis Lastik played for 4 years of college football at Austin Peay State University, and he became a successful businessman in Tennessee. He passed away on April 14th, 2017 at 62 years old. So only 2 members of the 1971 Titans are still alive at the time of this recording. They are Ronnie Sunshine Bass, who is 67, and Jerry Harris, or The Rev, who I do not know how old he is. So 1 died in 1981, 1 in 2017, and 4 in 2019. But now, on to the rest of the review. The movie itself is a very well-made sports film, but the moral of the story is for the members of the team to come together as one, even if they are a different race. They have come together to make it work and win the season. The soundtrack even has some of the greatest artists on it, like James Taylor, Yusuf, or Cat Stevens as he's now called, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Marvin Gaye, Norman Greenbaum, Buck Owens, Tammy Terrell, Charles Wright and the Watts, and Trevor Rabin. Many scenes in this movie are pretty well written for a Disney movie. One scene in particular where Gary is in the hospital and Julius is in horror of what happened to his now best friend. That scene made me feel sad the first time I watched it, because it showed how strong the bond is between not just Gary and Julius as friends, but like actual brothers, as all the teammates have become close with one another, almost like a huge family with many siblings.
How you doing, son?
He ain't all right? He all right?
He's
How's he doing?
not too good. Not too good.
No, how's he doing? How bad is it? How bad is it?
He's paralyzed from the waist down.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. Sorry, Mr. Deal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He doesn't want to see anybody but you, Julius.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strong.
Yes, ma'am.
Those tears are not going to make my boy walk again.
Only Ken's allowed in here.
Alice, are you blind? Don't you see the family resemblance? That's my brother.
All right.
Oh, man.
You think I look banged up? You should see my Camaro.
Man. I sure am sorry, man. I should have been there with you.
What are you talking about? You would have been in the bed right next to me.
You can't be hurt like this. You Superman.
was afraid of you, Julius. I only saw what I was afraid of. And now I know I was only hating my brother.
I tell you what, though. When all this is over, and you gonna move out the same neighborhood together. Okay, and you'll get old, you're gonna get fat. And ain't gonna be all this black-white between us.
Left side.
Strong side.
Like, that scene made me cry. And the scene, and as he said, continues, says, we're gonna get old, we're gonna get fat. That scene, like, just said, like, hey, you're gonna be fine, bro. It's gonna be fine. Many people skip on live-action Disney films, but this is a classic that is a perfect representation about what happened after the Civil Rights Movement. Many sports films fail at a certain topic, but Remember the Titans shows the main sports focus being football, but it shows black and white people coming together as one. Now, I'm not saying all football movies are bad. There are plenty of football movies that are good, like The Longest Yard, the remake, and the original with Burt Reynolds, Rudy, We Are Marshall, and many others. But for Remember the Titans, in this case, it manages to show that, but with coming together as the main message of the film, Whenever I watch this film, I feel like I am revisiting an old friend from long ago because you get to know the teams and the coaches' families very well. That is all for today on Reviews You Can Use. Hope you all enjoyed the video. This is one I was making for a long time. Again, shout out to the Sports Hinds dude. Please go subscribe to him. You won't regret it. So please subscribe to the Sports Hinds dude show. If you want to check out my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem review, I will link that into the description. And if you want to check my Secret Invasion review, you can check that out in the link in the description. I will see you all you movie watchers in the next video. So, see you there, and just remember, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Sorry. I can't deny it. Like, I know the songs by heart. I love that song. Marvin Gaye, another legend, took too soon, but still, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. See you all in the next video. Remember, ain't no mountain high.
This is our time now. Second half is our time.